hey, what's in it for me? Is it the big guy against the little guy? Well, that's not true. When I started my companies back in 1980, inflation was worse, unemployment was worse.
Yeah.
My God, if you could get a loan, it was 18%. So things were worse then. America still works.
It's a good point when you point out, I mean, God knows interest rates, they can't go lower. Let me ask you this, because a lot of people will say, okay, that's fine, but now that you're rich and you want all these cuts, but what are you going to take your fair share of it? And this is important because, John Paul, you've said 4 to 5 trillion in cuts, and you are willing then to put in a whole lot of money and increase taxes from people like yourself.
Everybody, I think, out there, let me say not everybody, but most people that make really big money would gladly put in that extra 5% they want if it was an addition to. If they came up with, here's how we're going to cut $4 to $5 trillion in the next 10 years, not add anything on, just cut it out. And you guys are making big money. Can we raise your taxes 5% for an extra trillion? Now it's 5 to 6 trillion. I'd say, heck yes. Are you kidding?
That's a good deal.
You got my money. Yeah, but if it doesn't happen, I'd rather do things like projects I'm doing to feed hundreds of thousands of people in the Appalachian Mountains and all over the United States to give them good jobs, good food, and get them off government substance. I mean, we're doing that in the private sector. The government isn't, unfortunately. They're wasting trillions of dollars, creating very few jobs. People are still on food stamps, where if you take our Appalachian program, which costs the government nothing, I pay for it all. Kentucky, Tennessee, Virginia, part of the Carolinas, getting all these folks that were coal miners out of work, planting their own gardens. I buy their equipment, their seeds, their fertilizer.
And what's the cost compared to food
College helps
stamps?
me out. Oh, this will blow your mind, okay? For 300,000 people, which is my goal in the next 5 years, it's $10 million. That is less than $40 per person. The government spends that at least every month on food stamps. That's the total cost to get them to their own gardens. Not only do they have their own gardens to feed themselves, but the excess takes care of the winter when they can it, and they're now selling it to local grocery stores to have an income. And when you look at jobs, we have 16,000 students at our Paul Mitchell schools. Everyone that graduates has jobs waiting for them. There are thousands more in that one industry that are going unfulfilled. At Patron, everything we do there, I'm sorry, let me let you talk, 'cause I could go on for hours about how America's really working. Free enterprising's working.
And you're talking about, when you're talking about some of the frustration out there, and a lot of people really haven't been able to get jobs, but there are some that you think could do what? What kinds of jobs are there right now for some people?
Immediately, in all your major cities, there are jobs in fast food restaurants that people don't want to take because it's only $7 and some odd cents an hour. In North Dakota, there are tens of thousands of jobs waiting for people to fill. In the energy sector of the United States, whether it's solar, whether it's wind, anything in the energy, there are thousands, tens of thousands of jobs waiting to be filled that people are not filling, which is just amazing.
And one question before we go. I want to ask you, because Warren Buffett has a pledge that he has tried to get a lot of American billionaires on board. If you're a billionaire, you sign away to give away the majority of your money when you die. You signed it. Why?
Well, here's the thing. When Warren came to me, I was already doing it. And I'm not doing it when I die. I'm doing it right now. I was already doing it. Whether it's buying conservation land to protect for the future, I spent millions on that in the past, or my big programs I have going on now, like this last year that I put millions into, I'm doing it now. I'm not waiting till I die. I've been doing this over the last several years. Warren Buffett mentioned it to me. I said, Warren, are you kidding? I'm doing it now. What's left when I die, some will go to charity, some of my kids will give to charities. But a lot of it I'm doing while I'm alive, and that's what people should do. While we're here, let's change things. People are having difficulties now. People like me are putting money in, they're creating jobs. Latitude's a whole new company in water. How you clean up the water of the United States and at the same time give jobs to thousands of people. It's happening. America works here, and it really does. There's a lot of people out there making big changes that made money and want to give back because we remember what it was like when we were homeless or we had nothing. America works.
Well, thank you very much for the optimism, John Paul. See you soon.
Peace, love, and happiness.
All right, let's check in with Anderson with a look at what's coming up on AC 360. A little peace, love, and happiness, Anderson.
You gotta love it. Breaking news tonight on the story that I know you're also following. A new accuser stepping forward, alleging that Penn State assistant coach Jerry Sandusky raped him in the 1990s.